Hello, fellow Graphite Knights, and in this video, we're going to be drawing the deep cavern together. We're going to get to do some two-point perspective, which is kind of fun, and you're going to hear a little bit more about the story that we're working on. Let's get into it. Thanks for being here with me. Thanks for wanting to draw some high fantasy environments. I think that's really fun, and if you don't want to draw them, but you just want to watch, thanks for being here. That's sweet. I'm drawing our 2 points of, or 2 vanishing points here, so when you're doing perspective, it's helpful to think through like where do things vanish into? And for us, we have 2 vanishing points, and so we get to operate from both of them, especially on things like these pillars where there's hard uh, surfaces that we face. We're just going to use those lines as kind of things to fall back to. You can see the pillar looks like it is straight up and down, but it's actually angled. And that's because it's going into the distance, and so it makes sense for us to see it that way. We've got a small set of stairs we're building out over there, and that's going to lead into this like stone structure inside like a mountain piece, but we'll fill that out more. Right now, I want to like establish, okay, well, what does our background look like? Just trying to fill out the pieces so I understand the nature of what we're working with. I think those stairs will go into this little tunnel, which will disappear into the darkness until it reappears back above the little stone structure we've made. So I think I'll put like stairs up above. Yep, like this kind of thing too. I think that'll be nice. So my plan is to have him go. If you see the back left, he'll walk down those steps into the tunnel, come out this door in the top middle, walk down the stairs I'm building right now and back into that door, and finally exit out that bottom door over there, just to show that he's exploring the cavern, that he's looking around, that he's trying to find his way through. And I think we're going to make this a fairly like dark environment, fairly like moody environment. We're going to put some bats on the ceiling. We're going to incorporate the torches I talked about in the ruinous tunnel, because this is all a part of the ruins of Lentok. So this area is like a civilization that used to exist inside the mountain but is now gone. People think it's haunted because these fires are always burning and never going out inside the cavern. As to why that is, we haven't decided yet. We haven't said yet, at least. And again, nothing is canon until the story comes out in the form of a graphic novel when all of this is finished. And so that'll be cool and fun. But there's possibilities. For example, the dragon living here. Maybe he's going around and keeping all the flames lit. Maybe he's a very like at the heart of it, he's much more like what is it, Magnolia, Chip and Joanna Gaines than we realize. And so a lot of different possibilities. We have our base colors down. I do think I'll make the bottom of these pillars gold too at some point. But I think this is a pretty good start for us. I think this looks good as it is right now. But if we can start adding in some shades, if we can start figuring out lights, so I'm building this candle out over here. Really, it's fun to start with the lights and say, like, okay, well, this is where the lighting is, so where's the shadow? As opposed to the other way around, that's more mentally tricky for me. And so I'm going to be adding these little torches onto the like left side, or I guess candles, they're not really torches, onto the left side of the drawing here, turning these gold before I start doing the color working. And I wanted those back ones to be gold too, those arches over there. I felt like that would be cool. So did that, made that happen, feel pretty good about it. Kind of interesting bit about this picture is actually going to be broken up into 3, at least that's my plan presently. And so it's important that everything looks pretty good, because that back area is going to be a panel, the area up top above the stone is going to be a panel, and then that bottom area I'm also planning on having be a panel. And so I want this all to work as one cohesive picture that we're making together, but I also want it to be like done well enough that it could exist, that people could appreciate even the micro pieces of it long enough to look at each little section as its own picture. So okay, we've got our lights glowing, nice. Now we're filling in some of our base shadows, pretty cool. For my rocks, I want to create the feeling of organic faces on it. And so I'm adding kind of like scratch marks, if you would, or like where faces would be. But I don't want them to be too smooth or too sharp. And sharper is probably better, but like very, very sharp rocks, and you're just going to get cut on them. Then we're going to take some brown and make our gold look gold. Give it some shine to it. Pretty fun, I think. I like it better than just like a flat yellow. Yellow doesn't always read as gold. Usually like metallic surfaces like gold actually have like very high contrasts as well. And then we're going to start playing with some bats here hanging on the ceiling. We've got 2 on some pillars. We'll put some in the background. I'm going to do an animation here that will have a bat flying by, have a couple bats flying by, just for the channel, just to give you guys the chance to see the story come to life a little bit before it's released. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about it. We still do need our knight, and so we're going to start playing around with that idea. I'm going to put him up in that top door first, so you can see him at the top of those stairs. He's going to need to make his way. He's going to need to come down. At first, I thought maybe I have him like use a rope, so he doesn't actually access the door that he's going to here in this picture, but he goes down these stairs and then just kind of like scales down that wall side to get down. Obviously, I didn't end up going with that, but in my head, I was like, that sounds like a pretty good idea. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.